Hey, welcome back, friends. So you're looking at the cheapest rechargeable, dimmable, color temperature changeable camera light that I could find on Amazon. I wanted something that I could use with my laptop to help brighten up like Zoom meetings and things like that. But I also wanted something portable that I could, throw on the GoPro or some other camera. And what's kind of funny is that the kit didn't say it included this, but it came with a really hefty little ball mount here. I'm not really complaining. That's kind of a nice little bonus. Let me get this plastic off here because it seems to be causing a lot of reflections and making it hard to see. So it's called a Vijim or Vijim. I don't really know which, but I'll definitely have a link for it down below in the description so that you can get one of these on your own if you think this thing is any good. Save money on lights. I like that. Let's get this sucker open, see what we got in the package. Some little instructions on how to use the colored filters that it comes with. Some other instructions that I don't even think I'll look at, but I might look at, who knows. Some tasty silica gel. Here's the cold shoe mount for, mounting on cameras. It's going to be useful. Comes with a USB-C charging cord. That's nice and handy to have a cord. No actual charger, but whatever. Oh, so the QC passed. Well, that's good to know. One thing that's really nice about this little setup is it comes with what they call a suction pad, but that's actually a sticky pad. That's interesting. Well, it does have like suction capability. Interesting. But this pad is definitely sticky. I wonder if this is going to leave a mess if I try to put it on the back of my laptop or back of a monitor. I don't know. We'll see. And of course, here's the little light itself. So it comes with this little silicone diffuser guy, but it has a diffuser already in the front of it. I guess if you just need the light to be a little bit softer, use this. But also, like all of these color filters, if you want to switch the color, you have to stick the color filter down in here, and then the light goes back in there like that. So we have like a lime green, a pink, a purple, like a teal maybe, blue, and a red. So it says the capacity is 3100 milliamp hours. This doesn't really feel like 3100 milliamp hours. This thing's pretty light. So I wonder if there's some fibbing going on here. Nice tactile on-off switch, and it doesn't appear that this thing is charged at all because it's not coming on. So here you have a nice little dial for brightness and also for the color. It's supposed to be able to go from a 3200 color temperature to a 6500 color temperature. So everything from very warm to pretty cool. So this thing is about 4 inches long and 2.5 inches tall and right at a 1/2 inch thick. But of course, if you use the little silicone diffuser, it's going to add a lot of bulk to it, quite a bit. Well, let's get this thing all charged up so we can actually test it out. All right, so we got this thing all charged up, and when it was done charging, all the lights were just solid on here. I fell asleep while it was charging, so I don't know exactly how long it took, but let's give it a try. Oh, it's kind of neat. I don't know if you can tell on the camera, but you can see all the LEDs that it has. That's all the way bright, and that's all the way dim. It's kind of interesting is that the warm LEDs dim out faster or before the bright white ones do. I turned off the overhead lights so you can kind of see how it is. It's on its dimmest setting right now, so let's turn it up. Well, that looks pretty good. I like it. Now, like I was saying earlier, you have one dial to adjust the color. On the one side, it looked like it turned off all the white LEDs, and now it just has the warm LEDs. And if you go all the way the other way, it just has these cool white LEDs on. Let's turn off the overhead again. Yeah, it definitely gets very orangey with the warm side and almost a bluish tint on the cool side. I definitely prefer it a little bit more on the warm side than the cool side, but just depends on what kind of lighting effect you're going for. What I think is crazy is that this little ball mount is actually heavier than the light itself. I'm actually going to screw it into the ball mount and see if it'll just stand up. Wow, that's hilarious. You can use the ball mount all by itself to hold the light. It's It's heavy enough to do that. So I'm going to turn the brightness up all the way, and I have it on the middle setting, so it's both has the warm LEDs and the cool LEDs on at the same time. Now let's throw a timer on this guy and see how long it actually lasts on battery. I had to plug the camera and phone in to keep the batteries charged while we're doing this. Oh, I did just notice something. Of the LEDs on top for the charging, one of them went dark. There used to be 4, now there's 3. So I guess as the battery runs down, you'll see the LEDs going out. I think I need to put the phone in shadow here so that you can see it better. Wow, the light has gotten considerably dimmer, and you can also see, hopefully you can see, that the power light is just kind of flashing the last one there. So I need to go back and review the video to see exactly when it kind of got to this point, but I'm going to go ahead and call it. I mean, as you can tell, the light's really not usable at this point. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this thing off and charge it back up, and we'll get back to playing around with it some more. So while it's charging, you can see the 4 little charging LEDs right here. Hopefully you can see them. And they'll blink as they charge up. So if all of them are blinking, it means the light's completely dead. And you see right now, just the last one's blinking. So it's at least 75% charged right now. And that last little 25% is being charged. That's a pretty handy little feature. All right, so it took about 3.5 hours for it to charge back up from how low it had gotten during the test. And it's actually on the 2-amp charger, so it should have been going, you know, as fast as it can, but it took longer to charge than it took to discharge, which is kind of funny. But one good thing is that you can actually turn the light on while it's plugged in. So if you need to run it for a long time, you can just plug it in. So let's play with these color filters a little bit. Let's see, let's go with the teal. That's kind of a nice color. So let's drop this in the diffuser box, and then we just put on the little diffuser. Gotta take this off. It's kind of tricky getting it all like in there straight, isn't it? Well, that's kind of nice. See, we can still use the dials over here. Turn it down very dim and crank it all the way back up. Wonder what happens when you adjust the colors. Well, since it's teal in there, it goes to green when you turn it warm. And oh wow, now that is a nice cool blue light. That is a pretty cool little effect. I don't know how often I'm going to be using these colors, but you know, I guess you can kind of set it off in the background and use it to just add a little color to a scene or something. I don't know. Here's the purple one. Oh, this is pretty cool. Like when you turn the temperature dial, it really adds extra dimensions to these color filters. You can kind of get like a lavender color, and then all the way up in the blue is like a blurple. And then you can actually make the purple red. It's kind of cool. It'll be fun to play with. All right, so let's actually measure how bright this thing gets. I'm going to hold it 12 inches away from my phone here with the little photometer app, and it is showing 1,842 lux. Let's see what happens as we dim it down, the lowest setting is 231 lux. I'm gonna go ahead and bring it all the way up, and I'm guessing that as I adjust the color temperature, it's gonna change how bright it actually is. Okay, turning it all the way cool didn't do anything. Ah, yes, okay. Turning it all the way warm turned it down just a little bit. The warm LEDs obviously don't put out quite as much light as the cool LEDs do. All right, just to give you a comparison, here's a 15 watt LED bulb, and it's putting out about 3,000. So this little thing is maybe about half as bright as a 15 watt LED bulb, which is, that thing's pretty darn bright. So this is nice. So let's try this thing out for what I wanted it for in the first place, was my laptop. So I have the little sticky quote unquote suction cup thing here. Stick it on there like that. Push the little lever. It seems to be stuck on there pretty good. Let's screw the light in. I suppose you could use this ball mount to move the position of the light exactly where you need it. So this is going to work out good enough. You should probably also keep this little piece of plastic for your sticky pad. I wonder how reusable this thing really is. All right, well, here's how the laptop looks with the light on it. Looks a bit goofy and distracting, but I don't know. Let's see if it works. All right, so I'm sitting in a completely dark room right now, and the only thing that's illuminating me is this little light doohickey. And the thing is pretty freaking bright. I mean, it's illuminating a lot of the room behind me. Wonder if I can actually turn it down a bit. I don't know, is that better? I kind of like want me to be lit and not the rest of the room. So you guys tell me. I think I'm looking a little too warm too, aren't I? I'm not quite that red, although I am kind of red. We can add in a little bit more of the cool light. Yeah, I think that's looking pretty good. I'm pretty happy with this purchase actually. There's just kind of one other thing that I'm thinking about, so let me check that real quick. All right, let's see how this little suction cup thingy did. Oh, that is stuck on there. Yikes. Well, it didn't leave any residue, so that's good. This thing is still sticky. Oh, interesting suction cup. I guess it won't ever come off. I'm gonna put this sticky saver back on there. Well, all right. Well, thanks for watching. I think this thing's kind of cool, especially only for like 10 bucks. Please subscribe if you aren't, and hit that like button. See you next time.